I've been driving my Honda Civic at racetracks for a few years now, getting faster and faster every time we go out. I built this car specifically to compete in VTEC Club's N2 class, and my goal has been to podium and hopefully someday championship in that class. One of the things I've been struggling with is a phenomenon called lift-off oversteer. Lift-off oversteer usually happens at high-speed corners when the driver suddenly releases the throttle and due to that sudden deceleration, shifts the car's weight to the front tires, causing the rear tires to go light and thus losing control. I've tried everything from tire pressure changes to sway bar adjustments to try to mitigate this issue, but it continues to happen. And at those high-speed corners, confidence is everything. This is when I considered possibly adding some rear downforce. According to VTEC Club's rulebook, however, GT wings and rear diffusers are not allowed. Only one-piece rear spoilers are allowed, and there aren't many options for these Civic coupes. We pretty much only have the Civic Si wing, which wouldn't provide much functional downforce to begin with. But they do specify that the Mugen Gen 1 wing is allowed, a wing that I do believe would provide some functional downforce. Unfortunately, that's for an Integra, not a Civic. But then I remembered I do know someone who's quite talented with fiberglass, my dad. Interestingly enough, he actually doesn't make any car parts at all. He's actually an artist. Sculptures is what he does most of the time. So I pitched my idea of finding a cheap fiberglass replica of the Mugen Gen 1 wing and somehow forcing it to fit the Civic, thus adding a bit of downforce to the rear of the car, and I'd still be abiding by the N2 class rules. So that's exactly what we did. now that the wing is properly fitted to a spare trunk I had laying around, and both of them are in primer, it is now time to get both of these painted, clear coated, and installed. With the wing now completed and installed on the car, I believe that not only does it look great, but I believe it'll add just enough downforce to keep the rear of the car under control during those high-speed corners. And for those of you who made it to the end of the video, here's a look of the wing on the car and a hint of what's coming up in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and remember, function, momentum, grip.